Well, hello. And today I want to read some verses from 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 8 to 10. We are afflicted in every way, said Paul, but we are not crushed. We are perplexed, but not driven to despair. We are persecuted, but not forsaken. Struck down, but not destroyed. Always carrying in the body the death of Jesus, so that the life of Jesus may also be manifested in our bodies. Well, Paul is describing here the feelings that he had during a time of extreme distress. The remarkable thing is that though the trial was severe, Paul had an inner assurance that he was not forsaken. The worst moment in any life is precisely when a person feels that God has abandoned them. This was specifically what Jesus experienced at the height of the cross. He suffered the wretchedness of taking our place and suffering the horror of separation from God for us. He agonized in the anguish of identifying with us so that we might experience total acceptance. This is the worst of human suffering, and Christ bore it for us so that we may have and experience the heights of the love of the Father in heaven. So now we have this promise, Hebrews chapter 13, verse 5. It says, I will never leave you nor forsake you. It is the unshakable promise that we will never be abandoned by God. Even if we panic and forget this promise, it will not change the fact that he will still be faithful to his word. We may well be afflicted, perplexed, persecuted, and struck down by life, but we will never be forsaken by God. We will never be abandoned. This means that we have the everlasting arms of love to hold us. It means that God is suffering with us. He is not the enemy. And so we have a strong wall of protection against despair. The death of Jesus is the power working in us to remove size and selfishness and to replace these things with the robust confidence of unbreakable unity with God in heaven. Jesus Christ feels our burdens more than we do. He stands in perfect empathy with us. What happens to us happens to him. Those who are against us are actually defying God himself. God is in us, and he is in us to lead us to triumph. It will not mean there are no problems or no pain, but it does mean there is an irrepressible light of hope that burns unquenchably in our hearts. God bless you.